guys, today's 7 on Sunday. So for this week we're going to be talking about our like comfort reads or comfort books, just the books that mean a lot to you and just bring you comfort. And honestly, all of these books I would have talked about majority of the time during my 7 on Sunday, so these are all going to be pretty much repeats. But for me, the way that I define comfort reads is if I go back into the book, and I don't necessarily mean like rereading the book, but like if I pick it up because I want to look at cute moments from the couple's perspective or look at certain scenes again. Like for me, it's like looking at those moments that just brought me so much happiness and joy, and even if there's sad moments that I look back on and I really enjoy. So that is how I define my comfort reads, and I'm very excited to get into the video. So the first one, obviously, Akka by Sarah J. Maas. I have spent so much time looking back on this book, and something that I always find really important to me is the chapter where Rhys kind of explains everything that he's gone through and kind of like tells his side of the story to Feyre, and that scene has always been so important to me because I just like there's so many things that we learned about him and all the things that he really did to help her, and like that has always been something that I've always wanted to go back into and to really appreciate, and that is one of the main ones I will look at. And then the chapter after that gets a little bit steamy, we know, but I just love this book so much, and it is honestly one of my favorite books because I love Feyre's development, and I love the way that the inner circle is introduced and how her relationship with Rhys gets better, and it's just such an empowering and strong book, and I just appreciate it so much, and the comfort it brings me is just amazing. Next is The Heartstopper Comics by Alice Oseman. Just because of these soft boys, I just can't. Honestly, I just will like skim again through and just look at the pictures of my little boys, like they're having a little snowball fight. Like these boys bring me so much joy, and I honestly have pre-ordered volume 4 because I'm beyond excited. I need more of them, and I think there's only going to be like 7 volumes or 5, I don't remember, but as much as she wants to write about them, I will be excited for. But like, oh, like how can they not bring you comfort? They have just got the sweetest little relationship, and even though in the next volume there's going to be quite a lot of issues that Charlie is going to have to go through, and it's very sad to know that he's going to be in so much pain, but like these boys, I love them so much. And then we have Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, because of course some more soft boys. Okay, I've just realized that it's becoming my favorite thing to have the disaster gay and then the anxious gay, and I'm actually reading boyfriend material at the moment, and it's got the same thing going on. It's giving me so many similar vibes to this book, and even though everyone keeps saying it's not the same, it isn't. The only main thing is that they're both gay again, and they're having kind of like a fake relationship, when in this book it was a fake friendship. But there's just the vibes of the anxious and the disaster is just what's speaking to me. But I just love this book so much. I love to listen to the audiobook. I find comfort just in the voice that they use for Henry. Like this book is just so important to me. There is a scene kind of more near the end of the book that's kind of like a semi-breakup scene with like the I love yous, and like it's so sad, yet I live for it because like the vibes of the scene just make me happy, even though I'm just like this is so kind of sad right now. But I just I love this book so much. Like I love these characters so much, and I can't wait for one last stop so that I can get more of her writing and just get more characters that I will probably be obsessed with. Like I need it. Next I want to talk about the Bloodline series by Rochelle Mead. So the main thing that I always check back on with these is the relationship between Sydney and Adrian. Like they are always going to be one of my nostalgic ships, but I still ship them so hard now. So like they're nostalgic but nowadays. But basically it was like never gonna work because he's a vampire and she's a human, and like they all hate vampires. And then it's kind of like the feelings start evolving, and then she is so against it for so long. The angst was so good because Adrian fell so hard first that Sydney then had to catch up with it, and it's just as beautiful. It's beautiful, and the comfort that I feel because I love them so much, it's just amazing. Next I want to talk about Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins, because Cricket is again another soft boy. I love him. He is just such a good guy, and he's beautiful, and it takes Lola so long to realize that he is the best person ever, and she needs to drop kick that other dude that she was dating to be with my boy here, because he's lovely, he's nice, he cares about people. And there's like 2 scenes where they're actually together that I'm just like, oh, and I honestly just reread them because they bring me so much joy. Like so much. Next I want to talk about Shatter by Tahira Mafe. To be fair, I did ship Juliet with Adam for so long, and it wasn't until I started to read the 3rd book that I was like, oh my god, water is bait. Like, seriously, it will be so long. And when I reread the series, and then I was just like, oh my god, in the second book, like the angst was immaculate. Like, I'm obsessed. So like, this book is one that I have such comfort in Warner, because like, he is amazing, and even though he was evil as fuck in the first book, it all makes sense, you know. But to be fair, continuing on with Restore Me, that book was just like weird, and like, yes, they're cute and everything, but like, it's weird. I still need to read the second 2 books, but like, I don't know when I'm gonna do that. I'm barely getting anything read that it's just like, I'm not feeling the vibes to pick it up yet. But like, oh, like there's scenes in the 3rd book where it's like, when it happens and you're just like, oh, like, it's so good. And the last book I want to talk about is actually one I don't think I've mentioned, but like, Lady Helen and the Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. Ugly as shit cover, but beautiful book. Pick it up if you haven't. My main thing is, because I am such a romance junkie, any point where Lord Castleton and Helen interact gives me joy, gives me life, gives me the things, you know. They don't even have that many scenes where it's a romantic thing. Like, they're together all the time, but the romance is just like so background that even in the 3rd book, when it was like happening, and honestly the cliffhanger at the end of the 2nd book, when you were like, oh my god, and then you get to the 3rd and like the angst, like it's meant to bring me comfort, yet I'm on such high alert. I really wish we could have had another book that like delves more into that, because like, I love it so much. I actually find it ironic that all of my comfort reads will bring me pain, but it's because I'm so invested. I just love romances so much, yet in real life I'm like, ew, I hate love. But like, in books, I love love. But anyway guys, that is all for today's video, and it was really fun. Like, these are literally all some of my like top favorite books. So like, if there's anything that pertains to that, I will just mention them all in a video. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!